Hello and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. So for this video we're going to do something a little different. It's not going to be a gameplay video, but we are going to go over the patch notes for tomorrow's Rogue Company update, which is, in my opinion, a very exciting update indeed. It's bringing in a whole bunch of new stuff, so let's just get right into it. So, servers will come offline at 7 AM 11 UTC for maintenance to introduce the device update on every platform at once, regardless of what you play on. Switch players, PlayStation players, Xbox, PC, everybody's getting it at once. Downtime is anticipated to be approximately 4 hours. That's a bit longer than I would like, but that because it's going to be quite late at night for me, I think. I haven't looked into the time zone differences, but we'll see. So there's a ton of exciting changes which you can read about below, which we will read about below. The streets of Miami are illuminated and electrifying sounds of nightlife echo through the night. The Zero Drop Rave is the place to be, but a menacing danger looms over the EDM music and laser lights. The company has been called in to save the party and the day on this new map called Vice. Vice is just the beginning. We are also introducing a deserter system to deter leaving matches, our new shooting range and more. The deserter system is something that I think probably should have been in from the get-go. It's the amount of people who leave, even when the games aren't that one-sided. Like, you could be down 5-3 and people will still leave. In Strikeout. If we're down 2 rounds in Demolition, people will still leave. But that does give the exciting opportunity for people to pull massive clutches, which I think we're still going to see people leave, but hopefully it will be less prevalent. But we'll get to that as we come down. So the first things first is the shooting range, which a lot of people have been asking for. It saves you going into the tutorial to mess with your settings and have Dima tell you to move on to the next area every 3.5 seconds. Even elite rogues need practice, and what better place to do this than the shooting range? Try various weapons, abilities and rogues to prepare yourself for your next mission. So you in the shooting range, from what I've heard, I haven't been on the PTS to see, you can play any rogue regardless of if you own them. You can buy everything from the shop at once to see how things work. There are different scenarios set up within the shooting range. Moving bots, stationary bots, zipline practice, all that kind of good stuff, and we'll see that come into the game tomorrow. So some strikeout changes. Bleed out rate is increased from 9 seconds to 12 seconds, which gives you longer on the ground bleeding out with no one picking you up. Very rarely people picking you up. Slightly reduce the radius at which enemies influence spawns and slightly increase the radius at which friendlies influence spawns. This is good. This will stop all the spawn camping that goes on in Strikeout, which is a big turn off for a lot of people playing. Me included. I do tend to play mostly Strikeout, and that's going to probably galvanise my Strikeout playing unless I've got a party on QSO in Strikeout. Deserter, AFK and penalty system. This is the meat and potatoes of the update, I think. In order to provide a more fair experience for players, the Vice update will implement a new system to discourage leaving matches early and going AFK. Please note specific penalties could change based on data and feedback. To be eligible for deserter penalty, a player must fall within one of the following categories: left match early, AFK and disconnected. A player who leaves a full party, not through disconnection, left match early. A player who has met our inactivity criteria hasn't taken valid action for approximately 2 minutes. Now I was playing last night, or the night before, one of the two, and our Phantom went AFK. Now the Phantom was playing pretty poorly. I think I've got some videos coming up on the channel of those games, if I can find a way to mess about and get the best bits that where the frame rate stayed stable. And it's going AFK is worse than leaving, I think, because your team may not notice and they think, oh, we've still got 4, we're fine, we can come back if we're down. And people don't tend to go AFK when you're winning. Or disconnected, a player who's disconnected for at least 5 minutes before the match ends. So there is a reconnection time frame to get back in. So if you get disconnected, you're not instantly going to get shafted. For meeting one of these criteria, a player will be unable to queue for a match for a period of time based on the number of offences. Players will see a timer denoting how long they are able to queue again. First offence is 5 minutes, second offence is 15, third offence is 30, and the fourth offence is 3 hours. So repeat offenders are getting heavily punished. And if that turns them off playing the game completely, then that's fine. I'm okay with that. Because people like that ruin communities, and so far the Rogue Company community has been pretty good-ish for the most part. Some maps. Vice. This map contains new visual features and is available for in-practice extraction, strikeout and demolition. Good stuff. We'll have to get a walk through that up on the channel soon. Icarus has adjusted spawn locations. High Castle has repropped the top of the stairs and removed stairs on Wizard Tower and replaced with a mantle up spot. In Favelas we have removed the shelving units from the garage. That's an interesting change. I've never had an issue with the shelving units in the garage in Favelas, but clearly they're either getting in the way or something, I don't know. That's a weird one to me. So now we're on to the rogue changes. Anvil. Fixed an issue where Anvil's barricade would recharge in demolition. Dallas's target finder now has a different icon. Glitch now has cloaked instead of evade, which I love. I've been really enjoying playing Glitch recently, and that's a big bonus. And Scorch has had her ability reduced from 15 seconds to 10 seconds, which I think is a step in the right direction. I don't know if it'll make Scorch. That'll get edited out. I don't know if it'll make Scorch completely not broken, but we'll have to wait and see. Vi has increased the maximum health gain per tick from reaching poison from 1 to 2. And that may not sound like a lot, but it is a lot. You're getting twice the health, getting the same amount of health twice as quickly. And as someone who plays Vi a lot, I like that change a lot. So for me, two good changes to the rogues that I play, and I might play some other rogues as well. Who knows? Gadgets. Flashbang's had its radius increased from 7 to 8 meters. I don't think I've ever actually used a flashbang. I don't think any of the rogues I play run the flashbang. I don't know. I have to look into that one. Incendiary grenade. This one I know I do use. Slightly increased the radius the grenade will spread. Love that. More of that. Semtex level 1 upgrade has increased throw speed and increased stick damage to 250. Love that. Smoke grenade. Increase the speed at which the smoke appears. Increase the speed at which the smoke appears. Okay. Yeah, that's good. Weapons. Anvil's LMG. Level 3 upgrade on Anvil's LMG, the Maw, which tightens your spread, now has lightly reduced effectiveness. So before, the Maw was a laser beam, an actual laser beam, so now hopefully this helps, because it was so annoying to play against. Fun to play with, annoying to play against. And the Striker 8/10's damage fall off range has been slightly increased. Which makes sense because it's a shotgun. And it's on Lancer, who is the flanky get behind. character. Audio Dima and Ronan now have additional voice lines. More voice lines are always good. More interactions, more quips. And then we're into the various bug fixes. C4 that a player attempts to detonate mid-air will now detonate once it has landed. Dropped weapons should now display pickup text. The no valid game mode should no longer be displayed when logging in. Fixed a rooftop exploit in favelas. I didn't know there was a rooftop exploit in favelas, so I'm sad to see that go. Players should no longer receive a party size limit error for game modes. Player names should no longer appear as numbers. Fixed an issue with the versus screen which could result in a bad match. I think that's like disconnects during the versus screen. I think I've had a couple of that happen to me a couple of times. Players should no longer sometimes appear in a down state but still be able to move shoot. I've seen videos of that and I've never had it happen to me, but going up against that must be torture. Absolute torture. You think, oh, they're down, I'll just leave them, let them bleed out. No. They're going to kill you while you walk past them. Phantom can no longer get in a state where you can throw multiple nano grenades. Wow, I didn't know that was the thing. Players should no longer receive multiple friend requests when queues are changed. Fixed an area of canals where players could use Anvil's barricade to reach unintended areas. And sprays used near a player should no longer strike to them. All in all, some good changes. I'm really excited to see how Rogue Company keeps changing and evolving and getting better and better. And I mean, I think it's time to save the day, look good, get paid. Thanks for tuning into this little patch notes video. Don't know how many more of these I'll do. Maybe just the patches that I deem as feeling like bigger patches. This feels like a big patch. So yeah, more gameplay coming. Potentially some Fall Guys coming as well. And yeah, I will see you all in the next one. Take it easy, peeps.